The following is an exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the National Football League.
The Carolina Panthers started their 2018 season last week with a comeback win at Buffalo. Good move, hesitates, accelerates. McClutchley, oh my goodness! And intercepted. Picked off by the Carolina Panthers. The starters shined and the newcomers made their mark in the spotlight. DJ Moore showed why he was the first receiver taken in this year's draft. And fifth-round draft pick Jermaine Carter Jr. brought the heat off the edge. Now Carolina comes home to take on the Miami Dolphins. Bank of America Stadium occupies prime real estate, sistered alongside high-rise buildings of commerce. Tonight, it's home to the stars of Panther football, and it's home to Panther fans young and old with reserves of energy on deposit. They'll invest in Panther football preseason game number 2, Miami at Carolina. Hello, welcome. I'm Mick Mixon. Well, the Carolina Panthers have arrived at a fascinating time in franchise history. New owner David Tepper has inherited a roster with win-it-all potential and a transcendent quarterback at the height of his powers. There is no doubt the intersection of Cam Newton's life and the coming season is an amazing place where football dreams can come true. But with the opening day date with Dallas looming, this team needs to continue to sharpen its claws for the hunt that lies ahead. Working with me on the broadcast is Mike Rucker. We saw a little bit of the Panthers, Ruck, last week at Buffalo. What did DJ Moore show you that makes you think he might belong in the NFL?
Well, I think that he showed why they picked him in the first round. You know, he had 4 catches for 75 yards, but his ability to be able to catch the ball and to take contact and then break tackles. You can see that he finds the ball at the highest point. He can take the hits. But what I really like about DJ is that he plays a lot of positions, and Coach North Turner talked about opening up more of the offense tonight to be able to show more of his ability.
Well, position flexibility is so key in the NFL, as you well know. Defensively, Shaq Thompson, could this be his time as a Carolina Panther?
Yeah, Shaq is going to have his opportunity, especially the first month of September. He's a guy that reminds me of a young Thomas Davis. He had a nice interception that kind of changed the energy in the game against the Buffalo Bills last week. He's a guy, a linebacker that can go out in the slot, but he's also a guy that can tackle inside the box.
Inside and outside, Shaq Thompson. Stay tuned. We'll get it kicked off. Miami at Carolina coming up next in preseason game number 2.
Carolina Panthers football is being brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers. By Pepsi, official soft drink partner of the Carolina Panthers. Keep roaring. By Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer and experience the joy of the Honda Summer Spectacular event. And by Bojangles. It's bow time at Bojangles. Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits is the official tailgating headquarters and iced tea of the Carolina Panthers.
The immortal words of Sam Mills, keep pounding, are as an important part of the Panther brand as the uniform and colors. Welcome back to Bank of America Stadium. Mick Mixon, Mike Rucker. Let's go down to the Gatorade Herd Around the Cooler report with a word on the Panthers rushing attack. Here is Kevin Donnelly.
Thank you, guys. Listen, last year Cam Newton was the leading rusher for the Carolina Panthers, but things are about to change. Christian McCaffrey is set to lead the way with 25 to 30 touches per game, and that is according to Ron Rivera. Now, because a lot of those touches come in the passing game, you're going to see it carries from C.J. Anderson, Cameron Artis-Payne, and those guys are going to make an impact in the running game. C.J. Anderson comes from Denver after getting over 1,000 yards last year, already made an impact last week versus the Buffalo Bills. And for Cameron Artis-Payne, he's been on the roster for several years, but this is a guy that head coach Ron Rivera says we have to use him more. The run game is set to get better this season under the leadership of running backs coach Jim Skipper, so look for big things, hopefully in game 2 of the preseason.
So many weapons for Coach Ron Rivera and his coaching staff on both sides of the ball. Panthers won the toss, will defer, so Carolina will kick it off. Beautiful night. Bank of America Stadium, uptown Charlotte. We'll get some more questions answered tonight as this collection of men keeps working to become a team. That's Jakeem Grant. He is back deep. The Gano approach. He bangs it. And we're underway from Bank of America. Grant makes the call early, and the Dolphins come out to the 25. Keys to the game brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery. The new Panthers scratch-off ticket is now on sale. A $200,000 top prize, a chance to win a luxury suite for next season. Offensively, Mike, what's on your mind?
Well, it's the offensive line again in the spotlight. It's another test. They did a good job early on last week. So we'll see if they can match that up again. For the defense, it's alignment and assignments. This Dolphins offense is going to give them a lot of looks. They got to make sure they're lined up.
Miami also likes to go fast. More about that in a moment. Dolphins with shifts in motion go 3 by 1, one back. Panthers crowd the box after a play action fake. Short and left, and Drake turns the corner for good yardage. Miami had turnover problems and third down problems last year, but they've got some skill. Kenny Stills, the former Titan, Danny Amendola, the former Patriot. Their offensive line, maulers, rugged and tough up front. And Ryan Tannehill at the controls at QB. Second down and manageable with a blitz on. First down, Dolphins to the 41. Albert Wilson, little Georgia State receiver, 5'9".
Well, this Dolphins offense wants to execute quickly. And anytime as a corner, Dante Jackson right there is playing off, you got that space that you're giving up. But this Panthers defense is going to have to play fast.
Tannehill didn't play a lot last week in Miami against Tampa Bay. Run up the middle. Kenyon Drake tackle from behind. Captain Munnerlyn doing the honors. Munnerlyn's had a good camp. Here's a Panther defense. Wes Horton for Julius Peppers tonight. Poe the space eater inside. Thompson, Keithley Davis, one of the better linebacking trios in the NFL. And then Dante Jackson, a chance to get oiled up tonight, the rookie corner. Dolphins go without a huddle, and they're working that left side. Might they have seen something over there? Jakeem Grant for first down yardage, a gain of 10.
Well, you see this quick pace. Dolphins are calling the plays at the line of scrimmage, not allowing the defense to get settled into their group. So this is something that you're going to see throughout the National Football League, that you got to get ready for hurry up.
Tannehill backs out of there for a second. The reset. Zone stretch to the near side, and the Panthers are all over. Penalty marker down. Drake never really had his wheels up underneath him.
Holding offense number 77. This penalty is declined. Second down.
Well, it's the preseason. That play just never really got meshed, right?
Yeah, you'll see the hold right there. And you got to hold the big fella like that when he's big and he's athletic like that.
That could have been a fumble unless Drake was touched down. That should have been, or could have been, a loose ball. And Sonoris Perry looking for a little wiggle room. So after that 3-yard gain, the Panthers and Coach Ron Rivera's got what they want. Third down, chance to get off the field, 3rd and 12. What's on his mind early on, Mike?
Well, third down, exactly, Mick. They weren't very good last week against the Buffalo Bills, and that's been an emphasis this week, is getting off the field on third down. You got to get a pass rush, and the secondary's got to cover.
Tannehill with one back to his left. And the Panthers are there on the catch. Albert Wilson bracketed and put down at the 43.
And that was a great job getting off on third down. You know, that, like I said earlier, that's an emphasis this week. They all rallied around that wide receiver screen.
This punter Matt Hawk is good, left-footed. Demir Bird tugging at his gloves around the 10. High and end over end. Good choice by Bird. 42-yard punt, no return. And when we come back, Cam Newton and the Carolina Panther offense with the score early on from Charlotte, 0-0. You're looking at the morning of the last practice at Camp Wofford, and the stakes were high. Taylor Moton, could he catch a punt? Yes. And now Poe, if he can do it, 3 periods get erased from practice. The team gets a 30-minute head start home, and Dontari Poe to live. High drama at Camp Wofford.
Well, that's the way to end training camp. You know, Poe's a very good athlete, and he just showed it right there for the defense.
It was the rugby-style punt, end over end, a little easier to track, but nonetheless, 2 very good athletes, 2 linemen. Uh-oh, Cam Newton with backside pressure coming. Dumps it to McCaffrey for 9. How much will we see him tonight?
Maybe, 2 dozen snaps. I think that they want to get him warmed up. They want to get him more action. Right there, you just saw him stay in the pocket and drop the ball off. So you're going to see him a little bit tonight, and they want to see the drives. They want to see this first-team offense go down the field and wear this defense out.
Torrey Smith out, DJ Moore in. McCaffrey, good choice, cuts right, and it's a foot race. To the 20. They won't catch him. It is a touchdown. 71 yards rushing.
We talk about them wanting to stay in for a long time, but when you have plays like this, you might be sitting down quicker than not. The offensive line does a great job in opening up that hole for Christian McCaffrey, and he does the rest with the speed. You're not going to catch deuce.
The Dolphins have excellent safeties. TJ McDonald, Rashad Jones, and McDonald, all he could do was look at the 22 as it whizzed by him. Coach Rivera wants to go for 2. Work on some situational football in the preseason. Yeah,
you're going to try to get all the plays that you can, and this is one of them. It's a great opportunity, especially coming off a big play like that.
Funchess, bottom of your screen. Moore at the top. Newton looks right, nothing there. Undecided, in trouble, and down he goes. So the try fails, but the Panthers strike quickly. A 71-yard bolt of lightning from CMC. Back with more after a word from your local Panthers station. Mick Mixon, Mike Rucker, and what a great way to start the explosive play in the run game.
Yeah, as a running back, you got to love your offensive line, especially when people say you have question marks on that spot, especially left guard at that spot. Well, some of these questions are being answered, and you talk about a 71-yard run from Christian McCaffrey was huge.
We're going to get the ruckus straighter out. Are you ready? You ready to diagram here in a minute?
I am ready.
Mike's going to show you exactly how that play unfolded. Meanwhile, the Panthers deploy. Graham Gano, magical year last year. Missed only 1 field goal. Got to have 5 on each side, and nobody gets a running start on the kickoff coverage team. Grant to 1 minute. Okay, the ruckus straighter. What happened on the 71-yard scamper?
Well, look at the left guard, Van Roten. All right, he's going to pull around. They're going to double this tackle here, but watch how he clears the hole out. He actually takes 2 guys right there that allows McCaffrey to free up for a 71-yarder. Hey, let's throw it down to Kevin Donnelly. What did you see, Kevin?
Well, Mike, you're absolutely right. Greg Van Roten does a nice job clearing the way there. But I tell you, I think those 6 extra pounds Christian McCaffrey's packing this year after a tough offseason of trying to get bigger, faster, and stronger helped out his cause, breaking a tackle, a would-be tackler there to get through the hole quickly and get that dash for 71-yard touchdown.
On the counter boot, meanwhile, pass intended for Wilson is incomplete. Wes Horton bringing some pressure right up in Tannehill's face. Tannehill shredded a knee last year about this time of year. And Miami, after a 10-6 campaign in 2016, went 6-10 last season. Tannehill trying to be more vocal. Drake with running room. Wicked collision at the 31. And a flag down.
They were just trying to get the corner right here. Bradbury trying to get off the block right there. This will be interesting to see this flag and what they're calling right here.
So we got a personal foul on the defense with a lowering of the head. In addition to the shaken up Panther, Cersei.
Now, Mick, I mean, this is the new rule that's being implemented, and you see it, and at one angle you think, well, that's just football, but you see the lowering of the head, and from a safety reason, this is why that they wanted to put this rule in.
So it'll be the yardage tacked on to the end of the play. So the offended team, Miami, out to the 45. Meanwhile, the concern for veteran safety Denoris Cersei, former Buffalo Bill and Tennessee Titan. He's had a calming influence on these young guns in the back end. Munderland faking and dodging. Bottom of your screen. And he comes. One Panther got him high, one Panther low. Danny Amendola spilled after a 6-yard gain. Dolphins going huddleless again. This will be a good test tonight for this Panther defense, because you got to be alignment and assignment pretty tighty against this fast tempo offense.
And you better have your stamina up too, because I know some guys will get tired real quick if you don't get a break.
Amendola leaves the trip set left, and he's targeted again. He caught it. It's a first down, and he did. 6 more yards. Bradbury the nearest to him. So Cersei will be taken into the tent near sideline to be evaluated. Zone stretch near side. Good yardage for Drake again. So when the Dolphins pass, they've been left-handed. When they've been running, they've been right-handed.
Yeah, you'll see them. Wes Horton right here, the left defensive end. He's going to get the double, but he gets captured by the tackle. He's got to set the edge and make that running back cut in. Otherwise, you let that short corner, and you're going to get a big run like that.
Could call this a waste down, second and very short. Tannehill pats the football and zips it right side to Grant, who will have the first down, 12 yards. Miami making it look easy.
Well, the Panthers defense is in a lot of man-to-man, and this might be something that they want to look at. They want to see guys play one-on-one. In practice, you have one-on-one drills. Well, hey, they're leaving guys man-to-man, and they're going to see what these guys are made of and how they play these routes.
Little first quarter. Panthers with a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey just tuned in. 71-yard rush a few moments ago. With 1 on the play clock. Out of the flat. Grant, who was in the backfield. Stiff arm Munderland takes it. And Grant is ushered out of bounds. Drake rather.
This is great pursuit by the Panther defense. You'll see Thomas Davis right there. He's got man-to-man the running back, but watch how he breaks down. He does not bite the fake, what we say bite the cheese, and they live to see another down.
Perry in for Grant, or Drake rather. Meanwhile, the Panthers sub with the Dolphins defensively. On 2nd and 7, Sonoris Perry. Engulfed.
There's no place to go. You see Kyle Love, number 93, and then you bring Thomas, that's Shaq Thompson right there. So when you are able, as a defensive line, to have penetration, you stop that offense, and then it allows your linebackers to come and clean up like Shaq Thompson did right there.
Loss of 5, 3rd down 12, crowd aroused with the defensive stop. Tannehill. Miscommunication. Dante Jackson, he's confident as can be. So let's go to Kevin Donnelly. Denora Searcy is walking right past Donnelly. Kevin on the way to the locker room.
Listen, we talked to Coach Rivera this week, and he said we've got to be better on 3rd down. First half last week, 83%. Now 2 3rd downs for the Dolphins, having to force either a punt or a kick. Good job by the defense.
From 42. Good. Jason Sanders. So when we come back, we'll see a little bit more of this guy, Christian McCaffrey, with the score from Charlotte, 6-3, Carolina. Three new coaches and all in positions of authority for the Panthers this season. What kind of flavor, energy, excitement does this add to the roster?
Well, it does. Well, 2 of them have come within. Eric Washington has been the defensive line coach, has done really well with them. And then Chase Blackburn, he's played here and now assistant last year, and now he is the special teams coordinator. And then Norv Turner, I mean, his resume speaks for itself, and the wealth of knowledge that he brings here.
Norv Turner's been a head coach of 3 different NFL teams and a coordinator for 6 NFL teams. So he has the pedigree. Returnable, but Samuel takes a knee. Our Krispy Kreme sweet tweets feature a David Tepper sighting at the ball yard. He was pressing the flesh outside pretty good. We'll talk to him live at halftime. Krispy Kreme has the rewards app at the App Store, and the Panthers is the official Twitter profile of the Panthers. Messages must contain the hashtag @SweetTweets or @Panthers. Newton with bunch trips left. All the tight ends in the Panther offense have to be able to move as Olsen is in motion. Cam Newton under duress and yanked down. Robert Quinn.
You see the left side, left tackle Khalil, looks like it was going to be a screen. He misses the block, and then Quinn just gets on Cam so fast from the blind side.
Loss of 7. Last year, the Panther O-line allowed 35 sacks. How does that number hit you with a running quarterback?
Well, you want to get that number down. I mean, as an offensive line room, you don't want your quarterback taking hits whatsoever. So the lower that number, the better off you're going to be.
Panthers off schedule. Will run on 2nd and 17. Godshaw wraps up. McCaffrey. There's some scores from around the NFL from Geico. 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. KC in Atlanta just underway. Likewise, Giants at Detroit. Panthers will play the Giants this year. Interesting to see how Cleveland does. Newton with no blockers in the backfield. Dolphins rush 4. First down. Difficult to defend. Torrey Smith on the outcut.
Well, Torrey Smith, the veteran coming in here, just a nice comeback route. Cam puts it in a spot. When you have speed and people respect you, they're going to play off of you. They're going to give you that room with Torrey Smith.
to come in here. He's the veteran. He's the veteran in that locker room, in that receiver's room.
Good example, too, of Smith being patient, getting his depth on the route. A gain of 12 on 3rd and 11. Newton, fastball, intercepted. Picked off Xavier Howard with blockers. And it's Newton who bumps him out. Newton looking up at the scoreboard because he wants to see what you're seeing right now, the replay.
Yeah, I think he looks at Greg. Greg doesn't clear yet, and I don't think he just sees that corner sitting out there in that zone, and he just plays off of it. It's an easy pitch and catch for him. And then Cam right there saving the touchdown.
39-yard return after the pick by Xavier Howard, a starting corner for Miami. So many interceptions. You later learn with the visual acuity of hindsight that the QB just never saw a defender, particularly underneath, like Howard was there.
And sometimes that happens where a guy's just sitting there and you get kind of locked in on your guy and you're waiting for him. And Greg Olsen was going to clear the linebacker, and he was just sitting there.
Drake angling left. Too crowded. Cuts it up the middle. Tackle by Davis. A red zone stats courtesy of CPI. Protection you can count on. Conveniences you'll love. What you're looking at here is 50% or better. The Panthers right at it defensively last season.
And that's what you're looking for. And, you know, one of the things Coach Rivera talked about last week in Eric Washington was that they got into the red zone, but then they kept them out. They made them kick some field goals, and that's what you want to do.
On 2nd and goal, as Tannehill's falling backward with a flag down in the area where you might expect holding.
Holding, offense, number 78. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
You'll see Mario Addison, the right defensive end, make a nice inside move. It almost still gets the sack right there, but does get the hold. When you have speed, you can cause a lot of problems. And Mario Addison is one of the bright spots on this defensive line. A young defensive end that has been playing well the last few years.
Country strong and has worked to get stronger. Julius Peppers coached him up a little bit. Peppers rehabbing the shoulder. Addison too quick off the edge.
Unabated to the quarterback. Defense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Yeah, you know, coach is not happy when you make a good move and then you back it up and you kind of give those yards right back to him.
Addison has done an awesome job in the community, going back to Birmingham and being a force with the youth, and he's just got a heart for kids. That's incredible. Stack twins left. Slice to Drake. Stone. Munnerlyn on the tackle.
In this defense, if you're in the secondary or corner or nickel, you got to be able to tackle. And you see Munnerlyn getting his nose up in there. Only played 5 plays last week, and coach talks about we need to get him in the game and get him more snaps tonight. And you see him sticking his nose in there making the tackle.
Nickel is hard to play. You got to learn safety and corner and know where to be. On 3rd and goal. 5 in the pattern for Tannehill. And the clock ran out on him.
Before the snap, delay of game. Offense.
Dolphins were the most penalized offensive team in the NFL last year.
Well, when you talk about a game of yards, and it's hard to get yards. So, you know, the Panthers, they take care of the ball, they take care of the penalties, and they have low penalties, you gain that. When you have delay a game, that's an easy call for the quarterback. It's going to be a tough season for you.
Good point, Ruck. And of course, last year the Panthers were the least penalized team in the league and only 3 penalties short of setting a Panther franchise record for fewest. Draw play. Short will get credit for the tackle, but it was kind of by committee because the hole closed quickly.
Yeah, but you see Short, but it was Thomas Davis at the point of attack that didn't move off the ball, and the running back just runs up his own guy. But that's what you got to do in this defense. You got to get off blocks. Again, another 3rd down and conversion and getting off the field.
Jason Sanders from 29 to tie it. Yes. So after the interception, the Dolphins get 3. They tie the score at 6. Back after this word from your local Panthers station.
We win the takeaway battle. More specifically, we have a 93% winning percentage. And we're going to win 9 times out of 10 games. So we've stressed it. We've emphasized it. It's a big part of what we do as a football team. We've done it since I've been here.
Only 21 takeaways, though, last season. 22 giveaways for a -1. And Carolina will want to improve upon that this year if they can.
You will, but like Coach said, if you could take the ball away, or if you do give the ball away, your defense comes out in sudden change and only gives up 3 points. You have 4 plays for -2 yards. He's got a smile about that one.
Took a long time for the Panthers to start getting interceptions last year, and the Panthers finished with 10. Kuechly had 3, Adams with 2, and Bradbury had 2. Let's go to Kevin Donnelly on the sideline on that improved Panther rushing defense. KD.
Yeah, guys, last week the Panthers gave up 92 yards rushing to the Bills. Today, only surrendered 12 yards so far, and almost first quarter is over with. So a great performance by that defensive line, and they've even gotten a little bit more pressure than they did last week. So this group has definitely stepped up and made a difference in the first half of this game.
After the turnover, good point, Kevin, because after the turnover, Miami's scoring drive was 4 plays -2 yards. Panthers pretty salty in the red zone. McCaffrey, the lone setback. And he squirts through a big hole up the middle. This Panther O-line imposing its will.
Yeah, you know, Kevin Donnelly talked about McCaffrey putting on a little bit more weight this offseason. And when you're coming in between the tackles right there with the kind of patience that he has, it's going to bode well for him in the way that he's going on in this game already.
9-yard gain brings up 2nd and 1. Newton saunters up. McCaffrey sticks it up in there for first down yardage, a 3-yard pickup. That may be your quarter. Look how big Taylor Moton is. My golly. Big number 72. Good quickness out of his stance and strong hands as well. So that's the first quarter. Bank of America Stadium. We go to the second with the score tied at 6. First quarter stats are brought to you by our friends at Bank of America, and they've got good adding machines at the bank. What do you see?
Well, first quarter already total yards, 100 yards right there. Yeah, the turnover, but you're 1 for 3 on 3rd down. I think that they're just starting to get warmed up. I like what they're doing in the running game now.
McCaffrey's 71-yarder skews the rushing stats a little. Miami sniffs the screen out early. Raekwon McMillan, second-round draft choice, Ohio State. Newton's still out there. McCaffrey. The coaches would like to see just another first down or two, get a little rhythm going.
Yeah, you know, Coach talked about having, you know, play counts, kind of like a pitcher would, you know, his pitching count. And so I think that, you know, when McCaffrey takes that long run, you like that, but you'd like to see a little bit more of the offense in the playbook out there.
6 run defenders. The Panthers throw into it. Again, McMillan. McMillan had a torn ACL in preseason game number 2 last year. Dolphins have high hopes for him. D2 2017. Next Friday, look at that. New England Patriots, you've heard of them.
I have. I've heard of them a couple times. Game 3 is always fun because the stars are going to play the most in that game, and kind of the last dress rehearsal before week 1.
Look out. Second sack of Cam Newton. Robert Quinn again.
This was just a straight speed rush from a defensive end from the right side on Matt Khalil. Khalil doesn't get his hands up and get the punch. Quinn gets his hands down and gets Cam down on the ground also.
Panthers are lucky that that was not a sack fumble, because Newton was just starting to load up when Quinn got to him.
As an end, those are the ones you like when you get a clean shot on the quarterback. So you're just glad that Cam gets up and gets back to the sideline.
Morgan a little shaky. Recovered it at the 19. 51-yard punt from the left-footed Polardi. Local breakup coming. Back with more Panther football after a word from your local Panther station. Closed caption for the Panthers television network is provided by Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates, providing medical care to the Carolinas for 95 years. Some of the fans sway into Aretha's respect. The Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, dead this week at age 76. Cam Newton, a little frustrated tonight. Sacked twice, picked once. Meanwhile, Ryan Tannehill has had the Midas touch. 8 of 10 for 65 yards. How crowded the box is on first down. Tannehill uncorks it. Jackson bumped Wilson out of bounds, but not before. Another Dolphin first down.
Too tight. They keep that tight end. You see the blitz from the Panthers. That means you're going to be one-on-one on the outside. Dante Jackson, who's had a really good camp. Now, the one thing that Dante Jackson, sometimes he can get himself in trouble and then try to allow his speed to help him out. And that's something he's just going to have to learn about the National Football League.
Good spin move. Drake trucking right. Splits defenders. Finally, Mike Adams ended the play.
Well, this Dolphins offense is trying to catch its spark right here. You see KK Short making a great move in penetration. But the defense allows a short corner to get on the edge of him.
33 yards. Drake out, Perry in. First down. Dolphins at the 32. Perry eaten up by Keekman.
And Mick, when you look at this, what the Dolphins are trying to do, they cannot run inside. You just saw KK blast through. You saw Poe blast through. So as a defense, you got to know their runs are going to try to be on your edge. So you got to set the edge and keep that ball inside.
When they go one back pistol like this, has there been a trend?
Outside. They got to go outside.
Zone. Perry stays into block, gets clocked. Flag down. And so is A.J. Derby, the tight end. A gain of 15, but Jerome Boger and his crew have to sort this out.
Pass interference. Offense, number 85. 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
and Coach Rivera's expression was on the sideline. You think, Mike, it's important for a coach not to show too many highs and lows on the boundary?
I do. I think it's good for them to be even keeled, because if they talk too much, then it kind of dilutes what everybody else is doing. He allows his position coaches to coach, and then when he needs to speak, he will, and you know where he stands when he speaks.
Second down, 20. Just out of your screen, a single high safety. Now the Panthers drop another defender back deep. Great effort by Kyle Love to do just enough to spill Drake. -5 on the play.
Well, first of all, you see Kyle Love, number 93, again, a penetration, and just sniffs out the screen. This is textbook as a defensive tackle of how to sniff out a screen. And you see the big fella getting after it.
Tannehill to Grant inside the 40. Panthers will allow that on third down and 1,000,000 miles. So now 4th and 14, and the Dolphins are kind of in no man's land. They're going to punt it.
Again, Mick, third down.
Oh, no, they're going to try a field goal, 54 yards. Greg Joseph, there's a battle at kicker for Miami. Jason Sanders and Greg Joseph. So this will be Joseph from 54. Got a chance. And good. So the Dolphins surge out in front. 3 straight field goals have given Miami a 3-point lead.
You know, he brings a lot of juice to the field, and so I just try to, you know, keep that going and you know, stay, you know, with a positive mindset, because, you know, he can make plays at any point. So it's fun playing next to a guy like that who you know, is such a good leader, such a good dude, and, you know, we all love him. We rally around him.
Yeah, McCaffrey talking about Cam Newton right there, 4 for 5 right there with 22 yards. Even though that he's thrown that one pick, he is a leader of this offense, and he's jumping around this offensive line, and this offense has a lot of energy.
Samuel jacked up at the 20. How can the Panthers get back to the form? And it's not just Cam, it's a team, but to the form that he put up and the numbers he put up in the Super Bowl season.
Yeah, these are great numbers. I think it starts obviously with the offensive line, but it's winning in the red zone. When you put the ball in the red zone, you're going to win. When you take care of the ball, you're going to win. And I think that he has enough weapons that he doesn't have to do it all himself. He can spread it out, take his time, and dump it off. Last resort, he can take off running.
Short set. Olsen, 4 or 5 yards. Light night in the NFL. Here are some scores. Atlanta by 4 over Kansas City. Saints and the Cardinals scoreless. 15 minutes can save you 15% on your car insurance. Geico presenting you the NFL scoreboard. Second down and medium, blitz. Picked up by the Panthers. Oh, McCaffrey spilled just as he was looking for some daylight. Kiko Alonso went low.
Well, again, right there, you'll see Matt Khalil get out there with the pull. McCaffrey, I don't think he sees Alonso right there. And at the last minute, he gets the chop. I know that everybody in the whole stadium held their breath right there when Deuce went upended in the air.
No doubt. Third down and 2. Delayed blitz. McCaffrey will catch that most of the time. This a hot read when the blitz came?
It was a hot read, but the way McCaffrey went out in the flats, if he catches that ball, he still might be running again. Because just the angle that he went to the flats, like you said, 9 out of 10 times he catches that ball, he's still running.
Snap a little high, but Pilardi snares it. And a good punt. Oh, Morgan pounded by Jared Norris. That's how you make the football team. Do it on teams. Back after this word from your local Panther station.
Let's see how you do here, Bill.
Stuff for the old guys.
I know, huh? Focus in now. Hey, let's have a good one. Let's have a good one. Focus in. Focus in. Focus in. Let's have a good one. Right. Yeah. Right. That's exactly it. That's exactly what you got to do.
Hey, I finally got one of them blues. When the guard blocked down, I just shot it.
Yeah. Nice, isn't it?
I was thinking, I said, Jeff gonna be proud about this one.
Coach Ron Rivera mic'd up tonight. Meanwhile, Tannehill flicks it to Jakeem Grant. Twist for a few extra yards and the first down post-catch, 11-yard gain. Right. You seems like with your personality and Coach Rivera's, you would have enjoyed playing with and for him.
Oh, just with some of the guys that talked to him, he's a guy that you would love as a player to play for him. He's played the game, so he knows what you're going through. He's going to take care of you, and the guys speak highly of him.
Bubble screen broken up by Seymour. And here's a guy Ruck played with, Julius Peppers. Hasn't played yet in the preseason, had shoulder surgery in the offseason.
You know, he's a guy that you want to get to the race week one. He's a veteran. He's been around a long time, and so he doesn't necessarily need to play these preseason. You just want to get him to week one.
Dolphins come right back to the bubble screen right side. Elder and Seymour are there. Where does Peppers rank? Sack leaders all time. He's closing in on third place.
Yeah, you know, if this year goes like it did last year, he should move into third spot, you know, bumping Kevin Green. But you talk about those top fives in the body of work, then you just really got to tip your hat off to the big fella.
It's also cool that Reggie White, Kevin Green, and Julius Peppers have Panther roots.
And it's pretty cool because I've played with all three of them. So just to be able to see the knowledge and the body of work, and all three of them are different in size and technique.
How you like this defensive pursuit?
Again, we talk about third down being an emphasis, and again, the Panthers do not let up. They keep the pressure on. If you do catch it, they keep the ball in front of them, get them down, and make them punt it.
Colin Jones, the third man in, finally cleaned all that up. Left-footed punt, and Demir Bird with the fair catch. Krispy Kreme Sweet Tweets brought to you by Krispy Kreme. We got Sweet Victory. Somebody worked hard on that stat or that tweet. It's got the donuts in there, and Cam Newton too. All right, so someone's ready for her first game with her dad. Don't that clutch you?
That's awesome. That's awesome. That was a pretty cool picture.
Download the Rewards app to receive exclusive rewards from Krispy Kreme. It's available in the App Store. Middle second quarter, Newton bobbles the snap and just dives forward on it.
He just drops the ball here. And you see, here comes the snap. It's a little bit low. But, you know, this is one of the things, like, you know, you're in the middle of the second quarter. You want to be able to get your starters out, but you want to get them out on a high note. And so this offense is just kind of struggling just to kind of get something strung together so they can get out the game.
Greg Van Roden, guard center combo lineman that many teams look for. Newton, room and time. McCaffrey for the first down. 18 clutch yards.
When you talk about the positive plays, this is what you're looking for. Good time by the offensive line, A nice, safe pass to McCaffrey coming over the middle, and he does the rest by moving the chains.
Especially after the minus yardage play to come back and get that field.
And I think that's what they were looking for. You know, they were looking to try to find some positive note to get this game going. McCaffrey comes out. Greg Olsen comes out. See how they do in this series.
C.J. Anderson in. Armand in front of him. As soon as you see that blitz picked up off the edge, you start thinking big play in the passing game. Funches for the first down, 13-yard gain.
And you'll see the offensive line picks up the blitz. And then Funches does the rest. He just stops. He sees it as zone. He finds the open window. Cam puts the ball in the right spot away from the defender. That lets Funches know, hey, there's a defender coming there. Stop. Come back to your left to catch this ball.
You see Funches getting better?
I do. I think that last year, he was able to really come into his own as he kind of, through midway season, covering Benjamin leaves, it kind of fell to his shoulders.
C.J. Anderson for a couple. The Dolphins have dialed up a variety of blitzes so far tonight.
And I think that's good for this offense. North Turner, the offensive coordinator, talked to us last week saying, hey, there's 3 teams out of the 4 that are going to be really different that he really likes the offense to go against so that they have this on film that they can watch.
63 is the left guard, Brendan Mann. The coaches like him as well from out of Penn State. Newton, the Houdini act, chucks it out of bounds. My goodness. A heavier Cam Newton from a year or two ago probably gets tackled right there.
Well, you know, most quarterbacks in this league, that would have been a sack for the defense. But watch how he has patience. He sees it. Some coaches would be like, hey, don't make a play worse, but he's able to get out of it and throw the ball away.
That cliche, I mean, that whole live to play another down, there's some wisdom in that.
It is, because, you know, obviously you see where the sticks are. Now, this is manageable, but if you take that sack back there, you lose another 7-8 yards, and now it's 3rd and really long.
Funches at the top of your screen. Newton looks that way. Contact and the flag.
Pass interference. Defense, number 25. Spot the foul. Automatic. First down.
Well, the corner's all over him. I mean, he's draped on him like a cheap shirt. But Funches, all Funches has got to do is make it look like he's going to get up there. Even though he's not going to catch that pass, he's got to go through the motions, and he gets the call. And it was a right call.
Judging by your wardrobe, you would not know what a cheap shirt looks or feels like, but I'm with you on the analogy. Delayed blitz coming up the middle. And Anderson crawls for 4. I'm serious, though, about Miami. They've run the double-A gap blitz. They've got the corner crash, safety blitz.
They showed a 3-man front where they blitzed off the edge. I mean, they're given a bunch of different looks. And when you're an offensive line, you don't get to practice all these different looks in practice. So, so far, pretty good. But then picking up these blitzes.
Simple, heady football. Extra pass rushers, get it out of there quickly. Let's go to Kevin Donnelly on the ball carrier and the receiver there, C.J. Anderson. Kevin.
Yeah, that's right. You know, C.J. Anderson's already gotten off to a pretty good start tonight, beating some run blitzes that the Dolphins have thrown at him. But there you can see he's able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And it's been something Coach Rivera has said, you can't go to sleep on this guy in the passing game. He's going to make some receptions.
Good blocker as well. NFL's 9th leading rusher last season, C.J. Anderson. Another key 3rd down conversion. And more for the rookie tight end Ian Thomas. Touchdown. 27 yards.
this is another guy that we hear his name all the time when we talk about to the coaches. Ian Thomas, really high. He's just going to drag across the field. As soon as he opens up, he's got speed. He's a guy that's got raw talent, but when you're in the open field, you don't have to teach speed. Finds his way into the end zone.
Then he got a lesson from Cam Newton on what to do with the touchdown football. Thomas might have liked to have had that for his personal trophy case, but Cam had other ideas.
Not in this offense, not in Carolina. Nice job by the rookie getting his first touchdown.
He can run and he can catch.
You'll just see him just drag underneath the linebackers. But one of the things when you're dragging, when you have speed and the defense doesn't touch you, you're wide open. This is pitch and catch, and no one even touches him, even off the line of scrimmage. You can see the linebackers from the Miami Dolphins, they get a little bit too heavy and carrying the receiver coming across the other way.
That was a 3rd down and 3 play, Ruck, so you're right. The Dolphins probably bunched up trying to stop the 3rd down play, and then they get gashed with the big gainer.
Yeah, and Ian Thomas, we talk about, 4th round pick. No better guy to learn from than Greg Olsen. I mean, to have a guy that's raw, to learn these techniques and to build confidence. This guy is going to get some snaps, and this isn't the last touchdown that he's going to get. You're going to hear his name a lot, and he can block.
His mother, Martha, died of liver and kidney failure when he was 9 years old, and then his father, a year later, passed away of a heart attack. Had every reason growing up to make some ill-advised choices, but got a lot of support around him, and he's an incredible success story in life.
Yeah, he had some siblings to help out and fill into that role. The biggest thing I like is that he overcame adversity, and it wasn't the easy road, and he found a way, working hard and believing in himself and having people around him to support him. Now he's here in the National Football League scoring touchdowns.
Osweiler in at quarterback. Miami struggling a little bit offensively with just field goals, and with the flag down, Ruck, even though you would like for the Panthers not to have thrown the pick, for example, that led to Miami's second score, got to give that defense credit for stiffening.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the National Football League. They're getting paid just like you are. They have schemes and things that they're doing and they're working on, and they got to pick. And,
they've got for pass interference. The receivers usually slipped. Incomplete pass, 2nd down.
And this defense is, it's good. That's one of their strong points for the Dolphins. But again, things are going to happen. It's just how, for the Carolina Panthers, how do you react when things don't go your way?
Van Roten, Searles, and others getting coached up on the boundary. Meanwhile, Osweiler turns right, fakes a handoff, and throws short range. Perry, but he's quickly upended. Jermaine Carter Jr. played well last week. So we're at the 2-minute warning from Bank of America Stadium on Panthers TV. 60-year-old David Tepper, Pittsburgh native, Pitt graduate, Carnegie Mellon MBA, will be our live halftime guest. He can apparently do things with complex spreadsheets that very few people can do. Safety's back out of there on 3rd down and 5. Osweiler goes underneath for the 1st down. Corn Elder made the tackle on Leonte Carew. Buck, you might want to hang around at halftime, maybe get a couple investment tips.
I'm always willing to learn.
Get your 401k up above a 101A. Osweiler hit as he throws. Rashawn Scott, the intended receiver. Osweiler 6'7", a tall drink of water from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Vernon Butler applying some pressure up the middle. Next week, Patriots right here. Panthers TV and at Bank of America Stadium. Osweiler with the shoulder flick, and then another short-range pass. Isaiah Ford collected it. Hit hard by Desmond Southwood. The no huddle at 1:14 to go, second quarter. Perry fumbled it as he went to the ground. But it'll be Miami ball in the first down. 12-yard gain. And the Dolphins call a timeout. Cam Newton with Cam Haight. This young boy, 5 years old, got to realize a dream when he met Cam at training camp. And he had a gift for the Panthers QB. Cam Haight was born with amniotic band syndrome, a condition that caused limb deformities to his hands and feet. To raise awareness for the cause, the Haight family made Newton his own 3D printed hand, and he embraced it all. See Newton around kids, and the kid in Newton.
Yeah, it comes out, and he just lights up, and that's a $1 million smile comes out, and he does a lot for the kids in the community.
With him at a school a couple years ago, he was supposed to do about 10 minutes with the kids at a middle school, and he did almost an hour. Osweiler sacked by Efe Obada. Efe is a European player from London. Dolphins take another timeout.
Efe, he's one of these guys that is on the practice squad and is just really grinding to make the team. Nice inside move. This is a coverage sack. The secondary does a great job in holding the receivers up. Gives Efe the time to make that inside move and get the sack.
Good moment for him. Loss of 5. He stayed with the play.
He stayed with it. I mean, you get knocked down, that's the thing. Just when you think the play's over, it's still going. And the secondary did a great job of holding up those receivers.
Kevin, could you see it from your vantage point?
Yeah, great work by Efe Obada getting that sack there. Part of a program by the NFL last year to get foreign-born players into the NFL. Extra practice squad player on the team, and now he's out there making a difference, getting a sack in the game. Good job by Efe Obada.
Obada on the twist stunt. Almost gets home, but affected the play nonetheless. Kyle Love also in there.
Again, we're just talking about Efe. I call this a U game where the defensive end is going to set the tackle up. And you see the tackle comes around, and then Efe comes around and flushes the quarterback out. That is a textbook U game.
Third down, a chance for the Panthers to get off the field defensively and get the ball back with some time late second quarter. Osweiler hit after he threw it to Perry, and Perry will be jacked up well short of the first down. So Carolina calls a quick timeout to preserve the final 33 seconds, second period.
That was a good job of keeping him in bounds and making them use. He was trying to get to the out of bounds to stop the clock, but they made them use their. And the Panthers said, "Hey, we can get the ball back." Coach talked about trying to get a 2-minute drill if possible. So there's a few seconds. They're going to try to use it.
Would you let Newton take those snaps, or is he done?
You know, with 33 seconds, I don't know how much you're going to really get out of that. I like them leaving on the touchdown by Ian Thomas. So, hey, that's the taste I'm going into the New England game with this week, is that leaving off the field with the touchdown. Plus, you know, they're trying to find their number 2 quarterback. So this is a great opportunity for one of the quarterbacks' backups to come in and see what they can do.
Hawk to punt to Barner. Heineke warming up on the sideline. 46 on the punt, no return. So it will be Taylor Heineke. But don't read anything into, we're told by the coaches, we're just the messenger here.
Right.
It was Gilbert who took second team reps last week with the notion that it was going to be Heineke this week, all part of the plan.
Yes, and it really is due to the offensive line and the protection, obviously. And so they wanted both of them to get behind at least the first team or second team offensive line. And so now it's Heineke's time up.
Moore right and Samuel in for him at receiver. Anderson in the backfield. Heineke was 7 of 9, 121 yards and a touchdown last week. Almost a perfect passer rating. High snap and a false start, but other than that, that play had potential.
Number 75, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Matt Khalil, older brother of Ryan. The world without Ryan Khalil in it around Panther football next year, you don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. He's been around so long. Getting that quarterback to camp, the ball to camp.
Anderson started left, angled back to the right, and almost ran up Heineke's back. And I don't think the Panthers started to say they were going to let it run out, but then a timeout.
You would think if you were going to call a timeout, he might have been a little quicker. I think there might have been some communication where somebody was going to let it run out, and then someone said, no, let's take advantage of the 12 seconds.
A lot to like about this kid, and he's gotten some. I mean, he's not brand new. He was with the Vikings. Norv Turner got a chance to see him.
Familiar with the offense. Yeah, that's a plus. I mean, this is a great opportunity to maybe chuck it downfield and just see if you can come up with a big play.
You called it, and it had a chance. 11 seconds left.
It's close. I mean, DJ Moore, again, we talked about his speed. You could have, a little hand checking. Wish he'd put a little bit more air underneath that.
Rack that up and try it again.
That's it.
Or not so much. It's just,
I think they're ready to go in for halftime.
Yeah, it looks that way. So we had an exciting halftime show for you. All the stats and highlights you've come to expect, plus David Tepper live with the interval score from Bank of America Stadium. 13-9.
Carolina Panthers football is being brought to you by Asa Abloy, the global leader in door opening solutions. By North Carolina's electric cooperatives, powering and empowering the people and communities we serve. By Parks Heating and Cooling. Parks promises to do it right the first time. That's the Parks way. And by NFL Ticket Exchange, the only official ticket exchange of the NFL. Get Ticketmaster verified tickets with NFL Ticket Exchange.
Let's take a quick look at the Bank of America halftime stats brought to you by Bank of America. Michael.
Well, third down sticks out for me for the Carolina Panthers. 3 for 5. The defense has played really well, and so when you're looking at the first half and the starters, you can kind of be pleased with the body of work. It's 13-9, you're winning. Now you're going to turn the ball over to your twos, and hopefully they can continue the trend.
I agree with you that Panther D pretty salty in the red zone, also on third down as well, with the Dolphins batting 25% on third down. Demir Bird back deep. And the kickoff. Bird rode the wave out to the 28. Kevin Donnelly was in the locker room eavesdropping on some dialogue at halftime. What'd you pick up on, Kevin?
Well, guys, the locker room very businesslike in there on the offensive side. North Turner really going through the game plan, especially with the quarterbacks, making sure the young guys are dialed in for the second half. On defense, Coach Eric Washington really preaching to the guys, listen, the goal, 17 points or less. That's the goal. Keep them at that or less for the second half. And Coach Rivera basically told these guys, you guys can go out there and dominate if you just take care of the details.
It's Anderson on the handoff sweep. Belted down, a loss of a half a yard. Stephon Anthony, Clemson. So that's Taylor Heineke, 25-year-old trigger man, ODU, Old Dominion. And when you see his college stats, you almost think that you're looking at a misprint. 132 college touchdowns.
I mean the ball is in the air. He can sling it, and this is the kind of offense that he can really thrive in when it's time to put the ball up in the air.
Off the Brendan Mann block. Anderson to the 48, first down.
But Mick, you don't have to put the ball in the air when you have a running back doing that kind of stuff. Anderson has been doing this the last 2 weeks. Again, the offensive line. This is the same play that we saw earlier that Christian McCaffrey scored on, where the left guard's pulling and cleaning out. And then C.J. Anderson is just going straight north to south, downhill, positive yards.
So people call it a G block, where that guard wraps around. Brendan Mann, the 63. Nice job on that last play. Deep drop. Flag down. If that's a fumble, it'll be a score. Jordan Lucas. So the penalty may be the Panthers' last hope on that play. Andre Branch, another Clemson alum, knocked it loose. Lucas,
while the quarterback
scoop and
was still in the
score.
pocket. Illegal contact. Defense, number 59. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
But Chase Allen, the middle linebacker, bailed Carolina out.
Yeah, dodged one right there. It might have been looked at, but you don't want it in their hands. And so obviously you dodge one right here, you get the ball back, you get a first down, and you get on the other side of the 50.
The 7-step drop by Heineke, and just as he planted, he got planted. Anderson bracketed, no gain. More blitzing from the Dolphins. That was a safety blitz, Maurice Smith.
Yeah, that was just a good defense going against a good offense right there playing. And the defense won that. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
Heineke to the gun on 2nd and 12. So you run screens to gain yards, of course, also to slow pass rush down. And against zone teams, Ruck, you can limit the depth that the secondary can drop.
Yeah, and this Dolphins defense is doing a lot of blitzing tonight, and the first 2 plays they blitzed it. So again, we're talking about the screen, and C.J. Anderson does a nice setup where he gets back inside and gets positive yards. But the screen is something that North Turner talked about that he is going to put. They're going to play the screen. They're going to run the screen until the cows come home.
A lot of weapons, a lot of guys they can screen to. Artis Payne stays in to block. Heineke in trouble, but he can run. Did what he could with it, outnumbered, but stayed on his feet.
Again, you're seeing the blitz. There's some pressure from both ends. It looked like Heineke had some room to maybe scoot out and buy some time, but ran out of real estate really quick.
Drew Morgan awaiting. Lardy with the Aussie rules football punt, but it doesn't check up. 49 yards, no return. So Miami back on offense in just a second from Bank of America Stadium.
The one thing about Coach Wash is his energy is always great, and I think that's one thing in training camp specifically that's important. Is days get long, guys get bored. You got to have a guy that presents energy all the time, and he does that. That's one thing. But I think, you know, the last two coordinators we have been big back seven guys. You know, Coach McDermott was the secondaries coach, Steve Wilkes was the secondaries coach, and now Coach Washington is a D-line coach going back there. So there's going to be a little more emphasis on getting after the passer and stuff like that.
You know, the one thing about Eric Washington is that he's bringing that energy that he has brought with this defensive line. And here you look at the system, and these 4 points is what he preaches all the time. And so when these guys is embedded in their DNA, he don't want them to think. He wants them to be communicators, and he wants to play at a high level. And as a defensive line coach, he wants to bring that pass rush when they're blitzing. He wants them to blitz and like they're getting after the quarterback like a defensive lineman.
Yeah, so he brings the D-line mindset to his D coordinator position, whereas the last two D coordinators had their roots in coaching the defensive secondary before they were promoted. How's that changed?
In one breath, it's kind of the same defense. And Coach Romero said, I want Eric Washington to put his stamp on this defense. I want his fingerprint on it. So there are some tweaks. But at the end of the day, when you look at practice, he has the linebackers in the secondary blitzing and using their hands to get after the quarterback like he teaches his D tackles and his defensive ends.
He's squared away. Eagle Scout squared away. He'll be a head coach in the NFL someday soon. Branches of the Ron Rivera tree keep bearing fruit. 3rd down and 4. Osweiler. Done for. Marquise Haynes got to it.
This is a nice move of playing off of your defensive tackle. You're going to see the defensive tackle get up the field. Marquise Haynes recognizes that, stops, and then comes back in naturally. Earlier they ran a design U game where they wanted to do that. This, he recognizes D tackle's up. I'm going to fall in, protect you. I'm going to get a sack.
That was well described by you. Haynes just followed the tackle and led him right to the quarterback. Varner, shifty. Good effort on the return. Marquise Haynes getting some love on the sideline. Back with more Panther football after this word from your local Panther station.
13-9 Carolina Panthers. Let's throw it down to Kevin Donnelly.
Listen, guys, this offensive line has got some blocking to do for these running backs. The running back core is getting a lot of work tonight. C.J. Anderson's in there right now. But look later on for Kevin Artis Payne. They want to see what he can do. Stay dialed in to what this running game is about to do in this 3rd quarter.
Play action pass, and Samuel targeted, but the throw is a little high.
Almost just right at the fingertips. Curtis Samuel, and this is the same route that he ran a few times against the Bills and had a lot of catches last week.
Almost the David Tyree.
Yeah. Almost makes the catch. Doing a really good job coming back from the injury that he suffered last year.
And Samuel's right. Healthy. He gets your attention right away with his speed. Anderson banging and clanging in there, gets hit down. Let's update the Geico scores from around the NFL. Fairly light night tonight, but the greatly despised Atlanta Falcons are playing. We'll see them early this year, week 2. There's New Orleans beat the Panthers three times last year, once in the playoffs. And then the Giants are also on the Panthers schedule. Scores brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you big on your car insurance. Thomas, before he could turn upfield, was hit down with a clean, hard, low tackle. Got close to first down yardage.
He just finds a hole right there. Just nice tackle right there, leaving the Panthers about a yard shy. Might look like they're going to go for it, Nick.
At the -42, the book on this in a regular season game is punted away, but this is the preseason. Bayless, Armah, Anderson all are in, and the Panthers may want to think this over a little bit. Well, why not? Why not go for it?
Yeah, I mean, again, for the offensive defensive coordinator, this is practice for them too. So they want to see what kind of plays that they have and will they work. It's a nice opportunity to maybe work on your hard count, maybe get some cheap yards, get them to jump offside.
What's your call here?
I'm going to start off with a hard count, and C.J. Anderson, no one has stopped him in the last 2 weeks. I'm going straight to him. Short yards, straight downhill.
Mano y mano. Mano y mano. So let's see if Coach Rucker's got it dialed up. From out of the wing eye. Might have drawn him off.
Somebody got drawn off sides.
False start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty.
Brendan Mann out of
Still
his
fourth down.
stance prematurely. So now that takes the decision away. We'll never know because the Panthers will punt it.
I think Coach Turner heard me, and I think that's what he was going to draw my play up.
Mano y mano.
Mano y mano. That's a nice name for it. But we will never know.
Good snap to Pilardi from J.J. Jansen. And the wobbly spiral. Fair caught with Austin Duke bearing down on Drew Morgan. 48 yards, no return. Cam Newton, mixed bag for him. We'll talk about it with you next from Bank of America Stadium. 13-9 Carolina. The Panthers have dropped 2 long ones on Miami. Ian Thomas. And before that, Christian McCaffrey. Panthers went for 2 after the first touchdown. Didn't make it, so that's why Carolina's at 13. Sonoris Perry, the lone setback. Osweiler got rid of it before the contact. Out close to the first down marker. Let's go to Kevin Donnelly on the sideline, joined by the great Mario Addison. Kevin.
That's right, guys. Super Mario with me right now, and you got to pardon him if he has to look at the screen because the defense is on the field. Zach Moore almost got a big hit on that quarterback. But Mario, give us your thoughts on the game tonight, the performance of the defense.
Man, so far we came out, with a lot of energy. The D-line, we got to stop the run. The linebackers have to play down, play downhill. And the back end got to, break on the ball. And I just seen a lot of that, At practice, we play with a lot of energy, and we very, competitive. So we hold each other to a higher standard. So I see it all out here today.
Well, I know you guys are competitive. How competitive is in that defensive line meeting room between you guys, that front 4 guys?
We so hard on each other, man, because we know we want to be. The standard is real high, and we've been upholding that standard for years. So every day, man. We compete against each other, man, and we don't let nobody slack. We don't let nobody slack, man. We get off the ball every play and play hard.
Well, tell me about this. Last year, you and Peppers tied for the team lead with sacks. Is that something you and Pepper going to go out this year? You're going to try and beat the old man?
Look, I tried to beat him last year, man. He just kept coming, man. So, hey, with a guy like him on the side of you, man, he make you play harder, man. And I know he going to bring it every play, every day. So he going to bring it. I learn from him every time. I'm still learning from the guy, man. I'm still learning from him. So my goal this year is to beat Pepper with sacks. Come on, while I'm out there.
Well, you heard it here first, man. Back up to you guys.
Good interview, Kevin. Thank you. Mario played at Troy from Alabama. Huge hole up the middle, but a flag will bring back the long run by Sonoris Perry.
Replay, second down.
Mario Addison, Mike, when he first rose to prominence, he was more of a third down, third medium, third long pass rush guy. How did he make himself into an every down player?
Well, I think that he worked on his craft. I think that he put on a little bit of weight and he studied the game. And when you look at the roster of the guys behind him, some of these guys are a little bit lighter. And so when you look at the way Mario has blossomed with 11 sacks last year, that's a pathway for these younger guys. And he has really just studied his craft, and he's willing to learn. Julius Peppers, being able to play a couple years with him is a great guy to learn from.
The lanky Osweiler fires out of the backfield to Buddy Howell. Thomas Davis could power a small city with the energy he brings to every practice. 1 week from tonight, the New England Patriots in that all-important third preseason game where the starters will play into the third quarter. It's the game that most simulates a regular season game. Colin Jones coming on blitz. Ball has to leave the quarterback's hand quickly, and it does. How did he make it? Don't think so.
Nice job once again for this defense on third down. See Colin Jones blitzing the B gap, but watch all the blue jerseys swarm. All three guys are swarming. There's no way that he's going to get a first down when you got a defense swarming like that.
Lorenzo Doss, initial contact, the Panthers' leading tackler from last week at Buffalo with 5-3 solo. Punt. Varner. Down at the 2. I think Varner made the right call. He's going to let that ball go as deep as he was. Back with more Panther football after a word from your local Panther station. Love checking in with our Krispy Kreme sweet tweets. Download the rewards app to receive exclusive rewards available in the App Store. Here's some artwork from Christina. And that's got promise. And then we're equal opportunity showers of these, but if your name is Steph Curry, you're probably going to get your tweet on television.
And he's a big fan. He's a big Panther fan. He's loyal, and he stays engaged with the team. He knows exactly what's going on.
False start. Offense, number 76. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Wayne Clausell. Coach Rivera with those sporty frames. Do you know Steph Curry?
I know his father a little bit better than I know him. He was young when I was playing, so I think that makes me kind of really old.
Yeah, you remember Del Curry. Del Curry played at Virginia Tech, and not only was a very good three-point shooter, but also a baseball pitcher. He could throw seeds out there. I think our sideline reporter has Steph Curry probably on a speed dial. Do you know him, Kevin?
Yeah, you know what? He grew up here in Charlotte, of course, and went to Charlotte Christian School where my kids all went. And so I got to see him grow up as a man, as a basketball player, just a fantastic individual, and glad to see he supports this hometown team, the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers grinding on the run game. I guess that's Miami defense. Cameron Hart is paying. That pile of bodies, that make you wish you still played the game?
Those are the days where you're a little bit nervous when everybody's piling, guys are falling around. That's when you just really try to hope that you don't sprain an ankle or a wrist or someone steps on a hand. I do not miss that whatsoever. The only piling on going on in my house are the kids jumping on me, and that's light.
Even that can be hazardous if they catch you unaware. Panthers are 2-by-2 with one back. And the slant caught and then broken up and intercepted by Miami. Second interception tonight for the Dolphins secondary. This one was safety man Maurice Smith.
And it's a tough position to be in, but the Dolphins are sitting in a zone. He reads it. It's a nice hit. It's a nice slant, a skinny slant inside. It's a great play by the Dolphins defense.
It really was. Trey Elston jarred it loose.
And that's one of those things where you're backed up, and this is probably the worst situation that can happen, is that you don't get a chance to punt it. It's a turnover inside your own red zone.
Red zone stats, Dolphins in the red zone last year, you're looking for better than 50%, and the Dolphins got there. Red zone stats courtesy of CPI. Protection you can count on, conveniences you will love.
And this is what I'm looking for, sudden change. So far, the Panthers defense has been good in sudden change. They've held their own, they've bent, but they haven't broke. So this is what I'm looking for these next two plays. Can they stop them from getting into the end zone?
Stern countenance of Eric Washington. David Fales, 26-year-old San Jose State quarterback. Moved the team well last week. He fires end zone. Out of bounds. The ball was caught, but out of bounds.
You're going to see David Mayo falling back in coverage, and he sees him catch it, but he pushes him. He gets 1 foot in, and it's out of bounds.
There's no such thing as the airborne player rule in the NFL. You have to come down. You have to secure the catch and land in bounds. Got to get both feet in. Fails once the snap has it. Climbs the pocket. Drifting. Flips it into a crowd, and it's knocked away. Meanwhile, penalty in the backfield. Jerome Boger in the white cap. Insurance adjuster, Conyers, Georgia. Play quarterback at Morehouse back in the day.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the offense. Holding, offense, number 68. This penalty is declined. Illegal forward pass, offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty, loss of down.
That's a loss of down, yeah, so the Panthers will take that one.
Yeah, you see the hold right there, big hold.
That was assault and battery.
Yeah, that's wrestling. But, you know, they dropped in a zone where everybody had eyes on the quarterback. He just had nowhere to go.
4th and 13, so the Dolphins will kick a field goal. Jason Sanders. This one from 32. Last week, Miami lost to Tampa Bay 26-24. So another field goal for the Dolphins.
Again, Panthers defense held on 3rd down. Got off the field, held them again to another field goal on sudden change.
So Ryan Khalil number 67, preparing for his final NFL season. Here he is.
It went by fast, 12 seasons in one place. I think I've been very blessed and very fortunate to be here, and that's a tribute to a lot of people. Guys that I got to come under, and Jordan Gross, Jeff Handgardner, Travell Wharton, Coach Magazoo, Coach Matsko, countless other people that have been very influential in me playing here a long time.
Yeah, when you talk about Carolina Panthers, you think about Ryan Khalil, just a class act, 5-time Pro Bowler. You know, he's a guy he's played hard, and he's going out the way that he wants. He knows this is going to be his last season. A lot of guys don't have the opportunity to do that, and he knows that. And so being able to play 12 years in this league, in his position, is a job well done.
Bird looking for some blue jerseys. Penalty marker down. Were you ready to retire when the time came for you?
I was. I was mentally and physically ready to hang it up. I felt like I accomplished the things I wanted to accomplish, and we left it out there.
Personal foul, illegal double team block, offense, number 14. Half the distance to the goal. Carolina keeps the ball. First down.
And your wife was probably ready.
She was ready.
To have you around the house.
She had some chores ready for me, so I had some adjustments to do. But, you know, when you look at some of the guys that have went out this way, when you talk about like a Michael Strahan or Peyton Manning, that's what Ryan Khalil's ultimate goal is knowing that this is his last year, but go out on top.
Kevin Donnelly played in the league a long time, too. Kevin, can you relate to some of this retirement talk?
I can. My body, just like Mike Ruckers, was kind of done mentally. It was tough, but my goodness, when I'm down here on the field on this sideline, I feel like I could still run out there and get some plays done. I miss this game so much.
It's interesting as Artis Payne slices left for a yard. Some guys, when they retire, it seems as though they become husbands, fathers, they pursue other careers. They're men that used to play football. But then in other guys' case, Eugene Robinson, Kevin Donnelly come to mind, their identity still so much is wrapped up in having been a football player.
Well, mentally, we're all sharp as a tack. We can go out there and mentally play this game. It's physically that we can't do it. We can't run that 40-yard dash. We can't cover that route or get after that quarterback like we used to.
Curtis Samuel pulls away from a defender, 30, 35, and a first down. I think, Kevin, if we gave him a helmet and the shoulder pads and a mouthpiece, he'd get out there right now. Look at that footwork by Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, just tiptoes. He's light on his feet. He's got speed, but he's elegant, too, on the sideline. He gets what he can get, and then he gets out of bounds. Having him back is going to be really, really good for this offense. Just another weapon to put into play.
Jameer Byrd with the hand catch, and then almost had his upper body ripped off by Cordray Tankersley. Okay, last year, ball got spread around. McCaffrey Funchess, though, delivered, caught a lot of the mail there from Cam Newton. How do you see it shaking out this year?
I think it's going to be similar. I think it's going to be balanced. I think that Coach North Turner is going to go with the hot hand. So if it's a running back that's hot, he's going to go with it. McCaffrey was a hot hand today. He's got more. I think in this offense you got more options. I think this is probably speed-wise, probably the most speed I've seen on the Carolina Panthers offense.
And that was the stated goal, as the third quarter's almost over. And now it is over, was to get faster. And the Panthers have definitely done that. At the end of 3, it's the Panthers by 1. After 3 quarters, your Bank of America stats brought to you by Bank of America. Miami still having problems on third down, Ruck, thus the 4 field goal attempts.
But it's been a tight game as far as the scoreboard. You're still winning up by 1. The 2 touchdowns are the things that really stand out to me from the offensive perspective. And defensively, you've kept them out of the end zone.
Heineke moving some folks around pre-snap. Leans back, throws long and right. Demir Bird looking for a flag, but there is none.
Again, you're going to see the rush coming from the inside, just taking a big hit. But you know what? When that ball came out, it looked like it was right on point, coming up a little bit short. But as a quarterback, sometimes you're going to have to stay in there and take that big hit. And Heineke did that.
This drive started at the 8th. This is the 6th play of the drive. And the Panthers need 5 or more to keep it alive. Again, long and right. Caught Samuel. Big bite and a first down.
That is the same exact play. Only thing different is the offensive line didn't let anybody sneak in there. Watch this ball. Same looking ball. And Samuel goes up and catches it. Same exact play.
Samuel was attention getting last week and has accumulated some highlights tonight. Panthers go Cameron Artis-Payne blasting into the line. Pile moved in side the 5. Or just outside the 5 it stopped. Panthers are in the red zone early 4th quarter. Here's how Carolina did offensively last year. 54% would be considered above average.
And they want to be 50 and above. I mean, that's one of their goals. Obviously, the higher you get, the better off you're going to be, and you're going to win some more ball games.
To the 5. Artis-Payne, another flag down as well. Flag is in the end zone.
It came in pretty late.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask. Defense, number 59. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 3 for Heineke and the Panther offense. Coach Rivera always says NFL games are won with touchdowns.
You've got to. Here's a great opportunity to punch in. It's a 1-point game. So you've got to get this ball. Give yourself some cushion.
Artis-Payne scores right up mid-street.
When you're on the 3-yard line, you've got to punch it in. That left side of that offensive line just caves everybody down. And Cameron Artis-Payne does the rest.
Artis-Payne is the story. He's worked very hard at catching the ball. He's catching it more cleanly this year. Had a good camp. Gano for the PAT. Perfect. Panthers go 92 yards in 9 plays. Heineke at the controls. More Panther football after a word from your local Panthers station. Here's how we got to that score. Panthers 3 touchdowns, 1 failed 2-point conversion. The enemy 4 field goals rather. Miami because of stout Carolina defense. The Panthers scoring drive impressive. 92 yards, 9 plays. Just churned on down the field.
Yeah, that's how you win ball games, and you wear defense out. When you go the whole length of the field, 92 yards, 9 plays, some small plays, some big chunk plays. The ball was spread around. You threw the ball, you ran the ball. You had a little bit of help with some penalties, but you'll take them any way possible.
Gano thumps it. Very deep. For more on a developing story with the Panther offense, Cameron Artis-Payne, here's our sideline reporter, Kevin Donnelly.
Yeah, guys, Cameron Artis-Payne's been looking for a way to get involved in this offense. Coach Rivera said he wants to utilize him more. and you saw some good, tough running from him on that drive. He accounted for 17 yards for that drive, the 92-yard scoring one, and this guy just runs hard. A lot of those yards right up the middle, physical, and attacking that Dolphins defense. That's exactly what Ron Rivera wanted to see.
Buddy Howell, the lone setback. Line and bounce to the near. Pressure coming from the weak side. Jared Norris bringing pressure, fails pass, incomplete. That's a new corner, Alex Carter.
You'll see
Stanford Cardinal, right?
Yeah, you'll see 52 Jared Norris coming with the pressure. We talked about how the linebackers will rush like a defensive end. That was a great move by Norris, just coming up a little bit short.
Buddy Howell for good yardage. You see it all the time. Box crowded with run defenders, and if no one makes the play, then you're outnumbered in the back end.
Yeah, Cox, the safety, comes down. He's going to be your last line of defense right there. Needs to try to slow him up. Gets into a foot race. As that safety, you got to be able to be in position where you just got to slow him up till your cavalry can come.
Fails, tipped by Elder, picked off. Corn Elder at the 34 made the play.
This is definitely highlight material. This is Panther defense. You get pressure with the rush, and watch the tip with the left hand, tip with the right hand, interception. There's another view right there. Left hand, watch the right hand. These are the tip drills that they work in on every practice.
Corn Elder had a basketball scholarship to Purdue, but turned that down to play football at Miami. He showed a little bit of his rebounding ability there. So the ball turns over. Garrett Gilbert in at quarterback. Demir Bird, nifty throw and catch. 17 yards.
This is a really nice throw by Garrett. The ball's out before the receiver even breaks his route. And it's just sitting there waiting for Bird as he turns around. He gets the feet down, move the chains.
Yeah, good job with the double tap. Demir Bird's feet to be in bounds. Penetration feathered the play out, and Miami turning a minus yardage play there. So here's Gilbert. How do the backup quarterbacks hit you this year?
Well, I think it's a good competition. Each one of them has their own skill set. You know, one's a little bit more mobile than the other. You know, one's got a really, really strong arm. Not that they both don't, but I think that it's going to come down. Each one of these games are really, really going to mean a lot to each one of them. Who's going to be the backup quarterback?
Gilbert to Jones. Jones gave him a hit, then took it away. Fought for extra yardage.
Again, Jones just sliding across the formation. You've seen this route ran by a lot of different receivers. Curtis Samuel ran it earlier. Jones right here. Nice catch. Kevin Donnelly, you get a better view down there?
Listen, Jamal Jones, this is a guy that Many people might not know him on the offensive side as a wide receiver, but he is turning heads in that special teams room. Chase Blackburn, the special teams coordinator, has just loved the way he's performed in special teams. So this is a guy that's making a move on the offensive side who's trying to make this roster tonight. Jamal Jones trying to make some plays.
I mean, just with that juke after the catch a play ago.
Those are the intangibles that you cannot teach. You just happen. That's what you do on the playground when you're playing tag, and now it's showing up on the field. That will catch the coach's eye.
He faked out 4 people, 2 at once on the first move, and then another 2 on the second move. Good effort by Garrett Gilbert to stay alive and throw that away. Dolphins 6-10 a year ago, but they didn't have Tannehill. Panthers 11-5. A playoff loss to the Saints. Heineke and Gilbert in quite a battle to be the backup QB. Draw play, Kenyon Barner. First down, 14 yards.
You know, Barner does a nice job with this little draw play, but he goes north and south. He's got speed. You see him on special teams in the kicking game, so you know he can run. He doesn't play around with the juke moves. He gets north and south quick. If he doesn't trip, he might still be running.
Picked up a good block from Evan Bayless at tight end. Time of possession starting to work in the Panthers' favor. Cam Sernier, the motion man. And it's Barner again. Disappears inside a sea of white jerseys. Panthers will open the season, the regular season, here against Dallas. And this whole region's going to be off the chain exciting.
Yeah, when you talk about being a football player, week 1, talk about being on a national stage playing the Dallas Cowboys. It's a good football team at home. That's when your crowd tips the scale in your favor.
Some good, some bad on that play. Pressure got to Gilbert. But there for a second, the Panthers still had a chance at a receiver running under that prayer.
Yeah, the Dolphins are dialing up some blitzes, and Gilbert, he's been hit a couple of times in this drive really hard.
Norv Turner from a booth just to our left up here. On third down, bubble screen, defended well. Rugg, go over there and tell Norv Turner to run mano-a-mano.
Well, it just didn't work. I mean, Gilbert's gotten hit a couple times, so now all of a sudden you try to get the ball out quick into a playmaker's hands. It's just the Miami Dolphins defense snuffed it out quick.
Looked like the 2 receivers got their blocks secured, but there was a breakdown with the linemen who were getting out into space. So here's Graham Gano from 44. Monster year last year, missed only 1. Good form, good technique, but the iron unkind. Maybe we jinxed him. Middle fourth quarter, the score remains 20-12. Stay tuned. Donuts, tweets, Krispy Kreme, bringing you the sweet tweets. Download the rewards app. Receive exclusive rewards available in the App Store. Ready to start the season after that run. That might have been McCaffrey or maybe Cameron Artis-Payne. And then Christian McCaffrey not playing around. Really good block by Alex Armah. Keep the tweets coming. Christian McCaffrey will join Kevin Donnelly and vice versa right after this play. Darius Gunner on the tackle. Let's go to Kevin Donnelly on the sideline with a very special live guest.
That's right, guys. Got CMC with me tonight. First off, let's just lead with the 71-yard touchdown. A brilliant run, great blocking up front. Greg Van Roten throwing you through the hole there. Just talk us through that play a little bit and how it felt to cross that end zone.
Oh, it felt great. You know, I mean, the O-line made my job easy. You know, like you say, Greg did a great job pulling across and getting the guy. Having Ryan Khalil in the game just changes the game. So it's always great having him in there. And I mean, my job was easy there. I kind of just hit the hole and, you know, break one arm tackle and go. So it was a great way to start to try to drive.
And talking about that breaking the tackle, you know, you added some weight this offseason to attempt to get bigger, faster, and stronger, and that really seemed to help. How's your running felt since gaining that weight?
It's felt great. You know, I always try to maintain my speed. You know, I never want to sacrifice that, but it's been a great, you know, it's a great off-season. It's in season now, so off-season's gone, but it was great. I'm always trying to become the most complete back I can be and just do whatever I can for the team.
Well, talk us a little bit through North Turner and his offensive system and how you see yourself fitting into it.
I'm extremely excited about it. I think we all are. You know, he does such a good job of putting guys in positions to succeed. So I think from the top down, everyone's extremely excited about it.
Well, last thing, Coach Rivera commented, look, you might get 25 to 30 touches a game. You prepared for that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I did it all the time, and I'm used to it. So, you know, that stuff excites me. But at the end of the day, man, I just want to win. So whatever I got to do, we got so many weapons on this team, so we're going to spread the ball around, and whatever I got to do to help the team win is what I'll do.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Take care.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Here's running back receptions last year. McCaffrey, one of the most productive running back receiving seasons in franchise history.
I mean, that's wide receiver touches right there. You know, that's really incredible, the way that they got him the ball and what he can do after ball, with the ball.
Buddy Howell lowers his pads, churns up the middle. The thing about McCaffrey, he's expert at splitting two defenders. When one guy's got inside technique, another outside, McCaffrey gets skinny and it's so hard to bring down.
Sometimes when you're more on the smaller end, you kind of know how to not take that direct hit. And sometimes being able to split and the angles that you take can allow you to play longer in the game by not taking those direct hits.
Howell lost his footing. McCaffrey's also stronger than you think. I remember training camp last year, one of the early rumors or comments you heard the defensive back say is don't let up on this guy. When he doesn't have the ball, when McCaffrey comes to block you, he packs a real punch.
Yeah, he's really deceiving. I mean, he's got the speed, but he's got the power. And, you know, whether he's picking up a blitz or if he's running downhill, you have to be careful in the way that you're going at him.
Gary Joseph, 57-yard, Greg Joseph rather, 57-yard field goal attempt in a moment. You think Coach Rivera's pleased? What letter grade do you think he'd give his team tonight right now?
Yeah, I think that I would give it a B, a high B plus. You know, I think I saw some really good things out of the ones. And I think there's some things that they were really looking, some situations that they got into that they're going to be pleased with. When you look at how did we do and the corrections that we took from last week, I think that they improved. They trended upward on that, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Seems that way, Rook. Better night for the defense tonight.
Absolutely, especially on that third down situations last week.
Dolphins will go for it on 4th down and 4. Got to stay onside through the Panther defense. Hard corners, one safety just out of your screen. Flag down and an incomplete pass. Francis Owusu targeted. The flag is at the line of scrimmage on the Dolphins side.
Illegal formation. Offense. They're on the 6-minute line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. The ball goes over. First down, Carolina.
So the Panther offense back onto the field with 5:19 to go. Back after this word from your local Panther station. With the Top Cats top-catting and the drum line drumming. It's preseason football from Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Mick Mixon, Mike Rucker, Kevin Donnelly on the sideline. It's been a joy. 5:19 to go, and Garrett Gilbert wants to get his offense into some kind of a rhythm. Tight splits. Barner behind him. Armah in motion. To midfield. He's trying to stay in bounds. That's a heady run right there because he's trying to stay in bounds, knowing time remaining in score. Good block by Armah on the corner. 27-yard gain.
The fullback is going to play a big part in this offense. And Alex Armah sets that edge, allowing the running back to hit that and get downfield. That is great blocking up front. And then the fullback right there, Armah, does a great job. That position has been quiet for a long period of time, and Norv Turner likes the fullback.
Young kid out of West Georgia, Alex Armah, rugged and with ball skill. Mose Frazier in motion. Kenyon Barner gets some help from a teammate, hit from behind for a couple of yards. Let's take one more look at these scores from around the NFL, brought to you by Geico. Atlanta and KC have gone final. It's odd to see New Orleans with only 3 points, but it is a preseason game. And then Buffalo and Cleveland are in a tight one in the fourth. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. So let Geico run the diags for you, and you can save big. Good second down run. Barner cuts right to the 4. 26 yards from scrimmage. Kenyon Barner, the former Eagle.
I just really like the play calling. I really like the effort of the offensive line. And again, Alex Armah is at the point of attack. Springing Barner, again, instead of going to the left side, they flip it and they go to the right side.
Panthers are in the red zone. And here's the red zone stats from Miami. Last year, they gave up way too many touchdowns from close range. Barner for a yard. The red zone stats brought to you by, or Hood rather, Elijah Hood for a yard. Red zone stats brought to you by CPI. Protection you can count on. Conveniences you will love. That's Armah coming out.
And they've really talked really highly about him. And this training camp's having a really good training camp. Having a really good series right here in his blocking.
Remind you of Brad Hoover at all?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those positions that it's kind of one of the lost positions.
Hood with tough sledding in the interior with the 2-minute warning approaching.
Elijah Hood with.
All right, the 2-minute warning has arrived. Panthers 3rd and goal from the 3, up by 8 points. This season, the Panthers continue to honor former linebacker and Hall of Honor member Sam Mills with our key pounding player of the game. And Ruck, no surprise who it is tonight.
Yeah, 9 touches, 120 yards. He was definitely the focal point in today's game. Last week, DJ Moore had a big game. This game, it was focused on Christian McCaffrey and just kind of picking up where he left off last year.
Meanwhile, Panthers trying to finish this drive off. 3rd and goal from the 3. Hood bucking, trucking, got it, touchdown, left side.
Elijah Hood, a local product. Known him since high school. It's good to see how he runs hard after contact. I will not go down. I will not be denied. He gets his second touchdown of the preseason.
Dolphins had defenders at the point of attack and made contact, but Hood kept his balance. To extend the lead to 15, the PAT is good. Carolina up 15, late fourth quarter.
Carolina Panthers football is being brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers. By Pepsi, official soft drink partner of the Carolina Panthers. Keep roaring. By Asa Abloy, the global leader in door opening solutions. By NFL Ticket Exchange, the only official ticket exchange of the NFL. Get Ticketmaster verified tickets with NFL Ticket Exchange. And by Bojangles. It's bow time at Bojangles. Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits is the official tailgating headquarters and iced tea of the Carolina Panthers.
Premier Bearden Park in Charlotte. Beautiful night uptown. So Hood put the icing on it, but that drive featured runs by Kenyon Barner of 27 and 26 yards to help get the Panthers into good position down close. Jalen Davis, who plays corner, wears number 1. Out he comes to the 27. Here's our Carolina Ford drive of the game. See your Carolina Ford dealer for great offers on a Ford F-150. It is the official truck of the NFL. This was the 9-play drive featuring a Cameron Artis-Payne touchdown. And also Curtis Samuel helping with his receiving and running. That was a 92-yard, 9-play, 3-minute, 51-second drive. So many weapons on this offense. The coaches are going to have some very tough decisions to make on the 53.
Especially in that receiving room and the running back room.
Dolphins trying to work downfield with less than a minute and a half left. Don't forget, week from tonight, the New England Patriots here at the Carolina Panthers. 7:30 airtime on Panthers television. Bryce Petty in at QB for the Dolphins. Langford. Good run after the catch. Dolphins have not thrown long a lot tonight, Mike, but they have done the hunt and peck, nickel and dime, dink and dunk thing a lot.
And I think as a defense, that's okay. You can dink and dunk because obviously they have not gotten into the end zone. In this game, you need big chunk, big play yardage to get to the end zone. And so if a team's going to dink and dunk and get 4 field goals, hey, the odds are going to be in your favor. You're going to win that ball game.
So is the defense thinking now, just sort of pride? I mean, victory seems secured, but not to let the Dolphins score again?
Yeah, you don't want them to score. You don't want big plays like that where you're going into the heart of your defense. And they haven't given up a touchdown. So you don't want to go into the locker room after this, going to tomorrow's tape with giving up a touchdown when you could have held them.
This tight end, Mike Gesicki, who caught that pass. I'll tell you more about him in a second. Incredible athlete, second-round draft choice. Flanker right, 2 receivers left on first down. And a wild throw incomplete.
And that's Eric Washington right there, defensive coordinator. And one of his goals of this defense is say 17 points or less. Right now, you've got them at 12. You don't want them to score. That's a goal that you want to check that box. So there's a lot of incentives of not allowing this team in the end zone.
Single high safety. That means an extra run defender can lurk into the box. To the 15-yard line, Francis Owusu with a running clock at 30. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. They take a timeout right after the catch. But Darius Gunner touched Owusu down. Dolphins tonight, only one pass for 20 or more yards. Everything else has been underneath.
And that's what you want. You want to keep everything short, a dink and dunk. And like I said, you're going to win more games, your fair share of games, when you can make a team dink and dunk. It's hard to go all the way down the field and try to get in the end zone. So mission accomplished. Box checks right there.
The Neil Diamond Classic, written for Caroline Kennedy. Sweet Caroline, echoing through the stadium. O-line fanned out like they're going to pass block on first down. 37 seconds left. Petty running room up the middle to the 10. And a touchdown.
You're going to see Panthers are going to bring the blitz. And anytime that you're going to blitz and you don't have eyes on the quarterback, you got to have rush lanes. And the Panthers lose an A gap to the right side of their defense that allows the quarterback to run in for a touchdown.
Chris Fry making the tackle. Does his knee touch down before the ball crosses the plane?
And we can look at maybe that left knee, the left elbow.
Fry shaken up, but he's okay on his own power. It looked like a touchdown to my naked eye view. So Miami will go for two, it appears. Deshaun Hall. Looked like the Panthers might have had a little fire zone exchange of rush and coverage responsibilities with Keontae Anderson in coverage, a defensive end. Anderson from East Carolina just got here a few days ago. Here's your two-point try. Make it a 7-point contest. Got it in. Langford. Onside kick.
It's just an inside play, just downhill. As a defensive lineman, you can't get turned around. And Tracy Sprinkle, he's got to stay at the point of attack and push. Even if you're getting that double team, coach will teach you to try to split it. If you can't, you got to get down. You can't turn your back, otherwise you're going to get pushed into your linebackers.
Yeah, I would think it'd be hard for a D lineman to make a tackle if his back is to the ball carrier.
It's very tough. But this also gives Chase Blackburn a look at the onside kick team.
The onside kick surely coming. But instead, the pooch kick. Hard to understand why the Dolphins would do that at less than 30 seconds. A curious bit of strategy, but it is the preseason. Could also look like it also have flagged the Dolphins for a late hit on Duke, who was taking himself down.
I thought that would have been an instant flag. I mean, if that would have been a quarterback in a regular play, you know, with the knee down like that, I mean, he gave himself up early.
That'll be it. Gilbert takes a knee. Carolina will go to 2-0 in the preseason. A lot of good things for the Panthers tonight, partner, especially on the defensive side.
I really like the third down. They really responded to the coaching this week, and they got better. And to win ball games, you got to be better on third down.
Next week, New England. For now, for Cam Newton, for the rest of the Carolina Panthers, and for our broadcast crew, Mike Rucker, Kevin Donnelly, my name is Mick Mixon. You've been watching preseason football live from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, a presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network and the National Football League. Good night from Bank of America Stadium.
You've been watching an exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the National Football League.